What's up, YouTube? It's your girl, Killer K, and guess what? You already know what it is. I'm back with another video.
My new bitch look like Halle Berry, but she don't love me, she too scary. My old bitch front like Jackie Brown. I wanna know if she too down. Will you be my leading lady? I want a contract, yeah, no, baby.
And can we just get into the fact that I've been pretty consistent lately, so I need y'all to take heed to that, okay? All right, let's get into it. Okay, so I ain't even gonna lie. The most views that I get is when I'm talking about stripper content or when I'm going out of town, popping my shit on my little trips and solo vibes, or when I'm just giving y'all life advice. So today's video is definitely gonna be one for the strippers, okay? This is for the baby strippers who are not really that good at getting money in the club and wanna change that, or you know, just people who can relate to just the strip world in general. And this also can be applied outside of the strip club. I have so many tips and tricks on how to seduce a man, how to get a man to give you what you want, how to get a man to give you his money for little to nothing. Like literally you don't even have to do anything for him to give you this money, but just, you know, be cute, smell good, be nice, and you know, you'll have the things that you want out of this particular man. So this can apply outside of the strip club, but it's definitely for my strippers and my baby strippers who need a little bit of help trying to, you know, get the extra shmoolah out of a customer, okay? So stay tuned. Tip number 1. Appearance is everything. Make sure your hair, make sure your nails, make sure your toes, make sure all of those things are done. Make sure you smell good. Make sure your cooch smells good. Make sure you lather that thing up with some antibacterial soap. Make sure it smells fresh down there. Make sure you just, you know, you're looking very presentable when you walk up to a customer on the dance floor. They're gonna go off of first appearances. So if a man sees you walking up and you looking like a bum, you looking a mess, you looking like you just did a line in the back locker room, or your toes are hanging over your shoes, or your outfit is just like holy and raggedy, you just look cheap. If your hair is not decent, or your hair is not kept up, or just like in a style that's flattering to your face, it's going to be very hard for you to get money from the men that you want to give you money. It's going to be very, very hard. And that goes for inside the club and outside the club, okay? Always look your best, okay? That's where you get the most attention. That's where you feel the best anyway. So why would you want to look like anything other than a baddie? Like who does that? Why you want to be walk outside looking ugly? Why you want to walk on a dance floor and be the bottom of the bottom when it comes to getting chose? Like that's just not how it goes. And I just would really hate for you to just be walking around looking a mess. And trust me, I know a lot of strippers out here that look a mess, okay? Like I don't even know, they're doing a lot of extras to get the money that they get, okay? And I'm gonna just say that. So if you don't want to be one of those girls who got to do extra things to get a little extra cash, make sure you look good, smell good, and feel good overall. Okay, so when I get on the dance floor, like when I'm fully clothed in my dance outfit, or if I'm looking good, hair's done, all of the things check off my list, I always walk to the bar just to see what's going on. I mean, when you go to the bar, you're either getting a drink or you're about to get some ones 9 times out of 10 if you're a customer. So if you know that, that means you need to be either trying to get him to get you a drink, or you're trying to get him to give you some money. And then you can calculate how many drinks he's getting, what he's drinking, if he's getting ones, you know, just filling out his vibe first. Don't instantly just be so thirsty for his attention. Just walk up to the bar, stand next to him, and don't even look his way. Look at the bartender. Ask her for something to drink. Ask her for a water or a Sprite if you don't want to pay for anything expensive. And just vibe out. You know, just be in your own little zone, but still know that he's watching you. As he's watching you, you need to be watching the bartender. But at the same time, you can feel his aura. That's how you know he's interested. And also, if I'm walking on the floor feeling good, feeling fine, feeling sexy, I'm not in a rush to go up and start dancing. I have to get in my element, meaning I have to have me like a bottle of wine, or you know, I just have to be in the zone for me to even want to talk to a customer or whatever. So what I like to do is just like go up to the bar, get my drink, and probably like just stand there and just vibe to the music depending on what song is going on. Like just, you know, give a little vibe without actually dancing on the customer, without asking him. Just dance for yourself in the mirror. And if he likes what he sees, 9 times out of 10, he'll spark up a conversation. make sure if you're standing next to the guy and after you've got your drink, you know, you give him a little look, a little smile, a little wink, a little hint, a little ooh, you know, just to let him know, like, baby, I see you. How you doing? And then that will spark up the conversation as well. And then you just be like, hi, my name is such and such, such and such. My name is Asha, and what's your name? And he'll tell you his name, and then you guys can proceed to go back and forth. And, you know, just play off of his energy. If he's dry, or if you could tell that he really is not interested in dancing you or wanting to talk about anything other than, you know, how you're doing, then 9 times out of 10, he's not ready yet. So just slowly feel him out. I like to say, I'm checking somebody's temperature. I'm checking to see if he wants to dance, if he just got in the club and he just wants to like settle in first. Like, I'm checking to see what type of vibe he's on to let me know like how aggressive I need to be. Some men will just come in, get their drink, and hold on to their drink the whole night, and then won't even get a dance. So you have to watch out for that. If you talking to a man and he's not seeming like he wants to like do anything other than just chit chat, you have a small allotted amount of time before you go to the next person. So make sure whatever conversation you have with him, make sure it translates to you getting some money or a drink out of him. I mean, if he's not gonna give you no money, the least he can do is give you something to drink, you know, just to make you feel better about me. Or better about you wasting your time just talking to him for fun. If he ordered a drink, make sure you ask him, hey, what are you drinking? Like, what's that? And then just pretend like you don't know what he's drinking. And then he'll tell you what he's drinking. And he'll be like, oh, okay. And it's like, I like to say, oh, you too grown for me. Like, if he ordered like some Henny or some Patron or some Tito's or anything like very much high end liquor or alcohol content, just be like, ooh, you're grown. You're a big boy, aren't you? Like, and then try to make it seem like you're not that heavy of a drinker. And then he'll ask you what you're drinking. And I like to say, of course, I'm drinking a little wine, a little Moscato, you know, my usual. Just to let him know, like, yes, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling sexy, but I'm not out here just drinking like a man. I ain't trying to put no hair on my chest, baby. You know, you kind of got to play it up. But if you do like to drink, you know, the hard stuff, ease that on in there. A little Patron margarita when I'm feeling fancy or feeling spicy, you know, that's my go-to drink. So just have a conversation with him based off of the drink that he has. If it's a new customer or a customer that you haven't seen in the club before, you want to ask like, hey, well, have you been here before? And then he'll say yes or he'll say no. So, and then you'll either say, well, welcome if he hasn't been there before, or say welcome back if he has been there before. You know, just have an answer ready for anything that he says. Just have a response ready for anything that he says, basically. Now, at this point, you guys have had like some type of conversation. You know his name, he knows your name. Try to remember their names too. Like back in the day, it was kind of hard, but as I got, you know, vetted in this dance world, I had to literally like be good at remembering people's names, even if it was only for a split second. So a man might trick me and say, what's my name? And you have to be able to remember. If you really want them to tip you, be able to remember their name, okay? So even if it's just for a short period of time while you're talking to them, try to keep their name in your head, or at least say it back once or twice, you know, just to make them feel like, oh, she's actually interested in me. And then once it gets to that point of you guys having a conversation and then you building up a rapport, and he doesn't really like initiate that he wants to dance, but he has ones in his hand, or you know that he has some money, you know, just kind of stand up and just keep on, you know, feeling the vibe, acting like you're such a lush, like, I love this song. You know, just playing it up like you just want to feel like you just want to seem like you're ready and willing and available to just like give him a good time, meaning you're ready and willing to dance him. And then eventually, if he likes what he sees, he'll ask you for the dance, and then you're in there. Now, that was just for at the bar. It's a different situation when you have the customers that are in the section or just sitting on the floor at the tables and chairs in front of the stage. Now, those are a little bit different depending on what's going on, how many people are in a group, or if it's just one person by themselves. You got to kind of discern like, who do I want to pinpoint next? You kind of have to always be looking at everybody's hands, if there's money in their hands, if it's a drink in their hand, if the group of people that came in actually have ones or are intended to spend those ones. You have to kind of like catch it like ASAP. Now, some girls, as soon as a customer sit down, they walking up to them trying to get a dance from them, but it's like you have to read the room. Like some people do not want you to bombard them and be extra roachy and desperate for attention as soon as they sit down. So you have to know when to hold them and when to fold them. Now, if you do walk up to a customer and that those same talking points that you use at the bar, you can use those on the customers that are on the floor. Like, hey, what's your name? What you're drinking? Where you from? Is it your first time? Blah, 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 blah. But, you know, if you're just at a point and it's like late in the night and you know that you just want somebody to give you some money, you could just say, hey babe, would you like to dance? Are you doing okay? Like, do you need anything from me? And if they might say yes, and then you can dance. But if they say no, all you have to do is, okay. All you have to do is say, okay, I'll be back for you, all right? I'll come back when you're ready for me, okay? And then you proceed to go to the next customer or to the next person in that group just to see who wants you and who doesn't. You know, don't be afraid of rejection. Okay, my camera died. My light died, so I had to switch up the lighting in this motherfucker. So hopefully this is still kind of giving the vibe. I liked it at the top at first, but it ain't even doing what I needed to do. But it's okay. Let's get back to it. You got to understand that everybody's coming in for a different thing, a different vibe, a different type. You might not be everybody's type, or you might be everybody's type. You just never know. They just might not be ready. So don't be afraid of rejection. And even if they do reject you, still be gracious about it. Just be like, okay, baby, well, I'll come back a little later, you know, but don't tell me no twice. You know, just give a little bit of game. You got to be a little bit witty. You got to be a little bit nice just to kind of let them know, like, baby, I'm not the one you need to be rejecting. If you really knew about it, you would really be wanting to get a dance from me. That's how you gotta really approach it. That's the mindset you gotta have. So even if they do reject you, you still gotta know, I'm still a baddie. I'm still a bad bitch. I still will get this money out of you if I want to, but I'm gonna let you rest for a second. I'm gonna let you make it. And once you see that how I interact with my other customers or the other people that I walk up to, you're gonna change your tune. So I'm not even worried. Okay, in this next portion, we're gonna talk about walking into sections. You know, sections are just like the reserved party spots or the reserved little booth areas where people come in for parties, or just like they have an entourage, or they just wanna be a little bit more, you know, in their own little area, secluded, ducked off, and having a vibe on their own. Now, this is very, very, very specific because some people are coming in here to see other dancers. Some people are coming in the sessions to just have fun and celebrate birthdays or special occasions. So you kind of just have to be like aware of the people that come in each session. Now, if you're one of those people who walk up to sessions, I would say just walk in and greet everybody like, hey, be nice and be fun. You know, make sure you're looking good. Make sure when you pop in, like, it's just like, hey, it's me, I'm here, what's up, what y'all drinking, y'all having fun, what's the occasion? You kind of just got to be real personable if it's that type of vibe. If they're not like looking for a specific dancer, then that's like the easiest way. But sometimes they are looking for a specific dancer, like, oh, I'm waiting on such and such, or oh, I'm good right now, but come back later. You know, you just still want to be gracious about it and just understand that if they want you, they're going to grab you and they're going to tell you to dance for them. So just keep that in mind. Now, if you do get in a session, it's a few things that you have to understand. It's probably going to be maybe one or two girls that come in after you, or, you know, just trying to see if they need any more dancers. Don't be so bothered by it, but make sure that they're getting their money in their hand. If it's money already on the floor because they've gave it to you, and somebody else walks in that session to dance with the other people, make sure you tell whoever walking in that session to make sure they pay them in their hand and not thinking that she finna jump in the money that's on the floor. And there's always the question of how many dancers should be in a section depending on the people and how many ones that there are in the section. It's just up to you, but I feel like depending on the amount of customers, I'm not dancing for more than 4 girls if it's less than $1,000. Like, that's just like, that's just no point in all 10 of us being in one section and they only got 1,000 ones. You know, that's just so beneath me, because it's like you got to split that money 4 ways, and it's kind of like a waste of time sometimes. So it's just like you kind of just have to use your own discernment about that. It's just up to you. Now, getting money on stage is absolutely my favorite thing to do. I don't have to talk to the customers. I don't have to walk up and hope and wish and pray that they're going to give me some money. The ones who come up to me on stage already know what to do. That's why I always have high spirit when I get on stage. I think out of my whole career as a dancer, like, everybody knows that I'm going to put on a show. Like, I'm just naturally a performer anyway, so it's easy for me to like shine. It's easy for me to like, you know, bring the attention to myself just by me having high spirits and high energy and just having great dance moves. So on stage can really be where you make a lot of your money. I know for me, it's one of my favorite choices opposed to having to talk to somebody or having to ask somebody for a dance. Me getting on stage and me like just being in my own little world, my own little element, and just knowing that I'm just like a sexy ass goddess who just deserves all the abundance, all the money in the world. That's the time where I shine. So on stage is where you can really make some money. Typically on stage sets, there are chairs like around the stage just so that the customer can get like an up close and personal view. So I like to come off of stage and dance on the, you know, perimeter of the stage just to like give the go ahead, like, give me some money, baby. Like, you're sitting right here in front of my territory. I need you to stop watching and start throwing, okay? I force people to give me money by putting my, job rating, putting it all in their face, pow, 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 bow, 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 bow. I do all of that off stage to let you know, you see me, I see you, give me some damn money. Because I'm not up here shaking for fun. I'm not up here breaking my back for nothing. Like, you're going to have to come up off of it for me, okay? Because if you want me to show you my body, if you want me to get naked for you, if you want me to show you a good time and turn y'all entourage up, you're gonna have to come up out the cash, sir. Don't be sitting up here wasting my time. That's the type of attitude that you have to have with the customers. Like, yes, be graceful, be classy, be rhythmic, like, just have a little, sensuality about yourself. But at the same time, when that song come on, that's just your song and it's your song, show out, because your energy is going to sway the energy of the crowd, okay? I swear, like, I live by it. I will make a man give me some money. I don't care. You sitting around with them ones in your hand, just holding on to them, sir. Oh, I'm about to shake in front of you. You finna give them to me. And when I do that, the DJ know to speak up. Oh, she throwing it at you, ain't you? She throwing it at you, bro. Spend some money. Like, you have to, like, persuade them to give you some money. And that's what I love doing, because it's so easy and so fun. And when I'm on stage, although I'm in my own little world, in my own little bubble, I'm making eye contact with every person that I possibly can. I'm making eye contact with dudes at the bar, dudes in front of the table. I'm still making eye contact with the people who was in the section that I talked to earlier who told me to come back. Like, you have to make eye contact with everybody in the room to let them know, I see you, you see me. Throw some ones, baby. Like, that's just how you gotta be in this world, for real. Like, it works so many wonders for me, because you have to just show them, like, I'm a confident ass woman and I'm not finna accept anything less than you giving me some money. Most people will go for it. Only the broke ones, or the ones who just really didn't have no intentions on spending, gonna just sit around and watch. And those are the customers that we hate and we stay away from, okay? Yeah. And lastly, I would say trying to get away from the broke customers and the weird customers are just like a game in itself. Now, sometimes you could just walk off on a customer once you realize he's not trying to give you no money, but I don't like to leave a sour taste in people's mouths. Like, I know that I can if I really needed to. If you're being a weirdo, if you're being a loser, I will walk off on you. But typically, I like to, like, make you feel good about me walking off on you. Like, I might say, you know what, babe, I'm about to get on stage real quick. Would you like a dance before I leave? Sometimes they'll say yes. Sometimes they'll say no. If they say no, yes, because I already think you broke anyway, and I don't want your money. Even if you got some money, I'm still thinking you broke, because it took you way too long to give it to me. So, you know what? I feel like you penny pinching, and I don't got time for those type of dances. I like the generous customers. I like the generous men who come in, or generous women who come in wanting to be entertained. Those are the type of customers that I like. So, if you don't want to dance with me, cool, baby. I know 10 other dudes waiting for me, okay? So I'm not even gonna hold you. I just have built up such a confidence that I don't give a damn, because at the end of the day, if I really want your money, I can get your money, period. And depending on if I've been drinking or not, sometimes I might get a little smart, get a little sassy, like, baby, I'll be ready for you when you want to throw some money. I'm not finna sit around and wait for you to give it to me. Like, if you want to give it to me, that's your prerogative. If you don't, bye. Like, you just have to, sometimes men like when you talk a little bit aggressive to them, but you gotta know when and how and why to, talk that shit. Sometimes it's cute. Sometimes it's just like, they get offended. Their ego's too small. They got little dick energy. Like, you just never know. So it's just like, you know what? I'll come back to you later, love. If not, that's fine. And 9 times out of 10, they waiting on somebody to get on stage or to come talk to them so that they can be all hunched on. And that's just not in my caliber at all, to be sitting around hunching on no customer. So I ain't the one for you. You clearly wasn't looking for me anyway. And I do have so many more tips and so many more tricks that you can pull at the strip club, but I really feel like the game is to be sold and not told. So I do got some things in the works. I don't want to speak on it right now, but I am like really in the process of like giving the girls everything that they need to do, because I am your favorite trap mother. Like, I feel like that's what I'm here to, tell y'all about. This is what I'm here to help y'all with. Like, any advice that y'all need, I'm here to give y'all my experiences. So if you like this video, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. I got big things popping. I'm staying consistent with my content for y'all, because this year I'm in full grind mode. I'm not stopping. The pedal is to the freaking metal, okay? So with all of that being said, I hope you guys come back and fuck with me, because I fuck with y'all, and I'll be back, okay? Bye.